Well, this past weekend marked 10 years since vehicles were stuck on roads all across Metro Atlanta during what became known as Snow Jam 2014. And you know, one of the most stressful parts of the Snow Jam was reconnecting families. School buses full of kids were stuck on the roads, with some students even having to shelter at the schools overnight.
So parents were panicked. They were stuck on the roads trying to figure out where their kids were. 11 Alive's Christy Diaz shows us how that day changed many of the schools and how they are now dealing with storm closures.
Chuck Gardner with Marietta City Schools was one of the thousands stuck for hours on the interstate when schools closed early during Snow Jam 2014.
I'm sitting on the interstate, but at least I'm not locked in a gym with 1,400 kids trying to figure out how to feed them.
The sight of school buses full of kids trapped in the cold for 15, 16 hours filled parents with dread.
We had to go a long time with no food. People had to use the restroom. It was horrible.
DeKalb CEO Michael Thurmond was superintendent at the time.
The veteran educator said the most difficult decision you will make during your superintendency is when to close schools during inclement weather.
Did that turn out to be true?
Absolutely.
Unlike almost every other metro district, DeKalb County had to shelter only 6 children who couldn't make it home because they made one critical decision to keep bus drivers on the clock and pre-position the buses for their afternoon pickup. So when it started to snow, they were ready to roll.
That was a debate. Can we afford to spend $40,000, to keep people on the clock? And the answer was yes.
Best $40,000 you ever spent?
That I ever spent. That was the best $40,000 I ever spent.
That turned out to be a tactic they followed to this day. They coined it the Fretwell Rule, named after this man, Dr. Quentin Fretwell, because of his specific way of handling weather events for the district.
I stay up all night. The things we do for children, we have to take it seriously.
Haunted by the images of 2014, school districts are determined never to repeat that day. So they made some changes, many coming out of a task force formed in the weeks after the chaos. The biggest change? Communication, early and often.
We engage earlier with the National Weather Service. We engage earlier with the local emergency management associations. There's a lot of collaboration now between local school districts.
Districts also have access to the National Weather Service chat that gives constant updates on changing weather.
So that way we're getting like real-time information really at the same time that the meteorologists are getting it.
School districts have to make the decision to close by 5:30 in the morning. Any later than that, and it causes chaos even without the snow.
Not only do you impact 100,000 students, but tens of thousands of parents, employers, food service preparation. Everything you can imagine is impacted by that decision.
Our Snow Jam special is streaming right now on our 11 Alive Plus app and includes stories about the state's new strategy to respond to storms and looks back at some of the most memorable moments from 2014. You can find that special in the carousel on the homepage of our 11 Alive Plus app.